than 2 decades ago, a small bark beetle began a journey that has killed over 30 billion pine and spruce trees. It's not only nature that is playing a cruel trick. Andrew Nikiforuk brilliantly describes the multiple and cascading failures that have devastated North American forests. Bad logging practices, unsustainable fire prevention strategies that paid no attention to long-term consequences, science that was not up to scratch, and poor public policy all combined in a perfect storm to unmoor the bark beetle from its natural constraints. Nikiforuk, with exemplary simplicity and elegance, tells a cautionary tale that every Canadian should read.
Everything is political. And yes, I was surprised that an insect the size of a mouse turd could create political havoc, not only in British Columbia, but also in Ottawa. The beetle really challenged the organization and concentration of power in the forestry industry in British Columbia. It had been set up with the idea that, again, extreme and improbable events would never happen. And so it wasn't prepared either for the beetle outbreak, nor was it prepared for the collapse in housing prices in the United States.
This is, I think, a good mark of political writing. It engages you in the issue. You'll be arguing with some of the things that Andrew says. You're going to learn about some of the things, and you're going to get a really interesting take on how neighborhoods, communities, federal governments, international governments are trying to deal with a very complex and changing problem.
I thought the story of the book was really about, you know, this bug running amok and kind of being a monster on the landscape. And that wasn't the case at all. What I learned was that this was a creature that has a very profound role in our forests, and their job is to take out old maturing forests and replace them with young trees. So I came away from the book realizing they're not the enemy. You know, the problem here is our approach to nature and the way we manage the forest, as though it all belongs to us, when in fact, no, it doesn't.